What's going on, guys? It's Brayden from Brayden Plourde Media, and today we have our first ever athlete interview. Our guest today is a four-star tight end in the class of 2026, standing at 6 feet 5 inches, 230 pounds. After holding over 20 Power 4 offers, he recently committed to tight end U at the University of Iowa. He was a first-team All-State defensive lineman and tight end, hailing from Norwalk, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the number one ranked recruit in Iowa, Luke Brewer. Luke, I'm extremely excited to have you on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me on, for sure.
All right, you ready to get underway?
Yep, I'm good. Let's do it.
Let's get it going. So, like I just mentioned earlier, you recently committed to your hometown team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Just walk me through what went into that decision.
Man, there's so much that goes into a decision like that, I guess like people don't realize like how much actually goes into it. You got to think, where can you see yourself living for 4 years, and what place is going to, help you accomplish the dreams, not just at the next level, at the college level, but also going to play. I have dreams to play beyond that too, and that's kind of where, Iowa was the best fit for me, and I just rolled with it, man.
Now, you've been no stranger to the spotlight. You've been getting lots of looks and recruitments, even from a young age. How were you able to find a balance between football, school life, as well as just other things in general?
It's definitely hard, um, but I also think it's something that I signed up for. Me wanting to be a college athlete, you have to put in the work, and I think you have to be able to give up some sacrifices, but then also just knowing like this is my life. Like, I want what I'm going to get what I want. And so I guess the balance there is, it's kind of hard because like it's not easy. You have to do stuff that other people don't want to do, but at the same time, just knowing that I'm still a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point, I just want to have fun, and as long as I'm having fun, I'm doing the right thing, and that's all I want. And then that's just how I keep the balance. Just have fun, and work hard for the things that I want to work hard for sure.
I know with many tight ends, sometimes you don't get the level of production that other receivers get. So I would think that 7-on-7 is a great opportunity to really showcase your receiving skills. Just what impact has that had on you?
Yeah, for sure. I've played 7-on-7 for like 2 seasons. I skipped I didn't play one season. But for sure, I definitely think like it didn't do so much for me on the exposure side of things, but really just helping me sharpening up my skill set. Like, as a tight end, you have to be able to block and run, and I think 7-on-7 helps you so much in the running and the routes game that people don't realize. Like, the defense is still in a coverage. Like, it helps you break down coverages. Like, hey, these guys are playing cover two. Okay, well, I'm gonna run a seam. I'm gonna find the hole. Like, it's so good for like your brain and just helping you detail your craft. That's what I would say is the biggest takeaway from 7-on-7 for sure.
Now, across all sports, it seems like you have to join like an AAU or club team and get right into a training center immediately. And I know it's an important decision. So, what goes into your thought process when choosing a place to go train or a team to go join?
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is people. What are the people's intentions? Like, I think I'd never surround myself with someone that doesn't have the same intentions as me. And like, my intentions are, I want to walk into somewhere, I want to put my head down, I want to work, and I want to be the best. And I think whenever someone's going to train somewhere, their intentions should be the same as the people that are training them. And I think that's going to set you up so much better than if you're just going into a spot because you heard it's good. Well, that training might not be for you, and that person might not have the same goal as you. Pick a spot that has the same goals that your goals are.
Burnout is super prevalent in sports these days, especially just across just all the time commitments, the travelings, and like I mentioned earlier, just the heavy times. How do you protect yourself from burnout, and what are some tips you give to some other younger athletes to kind of prevent their love being lost?
That's a really good question, because to be honest, I experienced some of it too. Like, there was a summer that I was like, hey man, like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I'm burnt, man. I've worked every day, 3 times a day, workouts. Like, it's hard. But I think at the end of the day, like, you don't start something because you don't start something to not finish it. And I think you started it for a reason. Like, if you truly love the game, then you see what could become of it. And I think that's what keeps me going and keeps me from the burnout phase or whatever. But then I also think is taking that step back. Like I said, you're still a kid. Like, you can have a day where you can just go play video games all day, like on video games, and that's okay, because then the next day, okay, now it's back to 2 workouts a day. Like, let's get it going. Like, let's eat right. Let's do this. but there's those days where you can have a day off. And I think that's something that's so important because you can reach that burnout phase, but really just taking the time for yourself and, having fun outside of the game is going to keep you from burning out.
So, like, kind of like having those people around you were talking about earlier, does that really help a lot with the burnout too, trying to
For
reduce that?
sure. Because they know, like, the people that I train with and the people that I go to train, they know that how hard I work. So if I text them, hey man, like I'm taking today off, like, I've been going for 4 weeks straight, like I'm gonna take a day. They're like, you deserve a day, like take a day off and then like let's get right back after tomorrow. And then they're keeping me accountable for then, hey, I'm not gonna take 2 days off in a row. They're gonna come back and they're gonna help make sure I'm back there the next day. And I think that's when me saying like make sure you're around the right people with your intentions, they're not going to let you slack off for a long time, but they can let you have that rest and recovery that you need.
So I want to take this opportunity for you to shout out 5 teammates, coaches, trainers, teachers, family, anyone that has positively impacted you, not just as an athlete, but as a man as well. What are the 5 people you want to shout out and why?
Dang, put me on I got you. Put me on the spot. Okay, yeah. So first, my parents, my dad and my mom. None of this would be possible without them. They've taken me everywhere. They've put in the time, the resources, and like I've seen so much football in my life, and that's because of them. And like they do so much for my development. Like who's paying for these lessons? Who's going to drive me when I'm a kid and I can't drive? Like it's my parents. You know what I'm saying? So like definitely those two pop in my head first. And then I got to go with my guy, my trainer right now, Alex Broadis is who I train with. He's out of Johnston. He's a really cool dude, and he's the guy that I'm talking about. Like, hey, put your head down and you're gonna work. Like, it's real work in there, and like you don't come in to slack off. Like, you put your head down, you're gonna work, and he keeps me accountable for what I'm doing. So for sure, shout out to him. And then I think my boys, I have 2 boys, my friends Gavin and Boss. They're like my boys, like they come with me everywhere pretty much. Like those guys keep me grounded, like they help me recharge a little bit when I need to, but they also say, hey, like it's time to lock back in, like you've had your day off, let's get back to work. But at the same time, those are my boys that I go to hang out with. So like, when I need a day, I'm going to them. So definitely those two. And then I don't know, I guess the last one I would have to say is probably Coach P, like my head coach at the high school. Like he's such a mentor to me. Like, he handles situations great. And I don't know, like it's just probably from years of experience. He's been in the game for a while, and it's just cool to see how he handles things. And I think how he goes about his business is really good. And he's just someone that I've definitely looked up to as I've gone through the high school process.
So your sister is a D1 softball player at Iowa, and I'm sure you've seen her recruitment journey. What things have you learned from her journey that you were able to apply into yours?
Yeah, for sure. Softball's a little different than football. She didn't have all the offers that I had, but from her journey, she found her home, like, and I think that's something that I took from her is like she went to Iowa because like this is where she's from. And the people there are they're Iowans, like there's no way getting around it. Like people from Iowa are Iowans, and it's just like it's cool to watch how she grew through the process and how she's doing now because she's doing great at Iowa right now, and it's like she's someone that I look up to too. Like it's cool because she's going through the process right now, and that's where I'm gonna be in 6 months, So like just watching how she's growing, like she inspires me to be better too.
So I read in a Buckeye Huddle article that you mentioned Benjamin Brommer as somebody that you really want to look up to. So tell me about the impact that he's had on you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you see what he's doing on the field. I think he's such a good and inspiring person because he moves so well as a tight end. And I think that's what people get away from. Like tight ends move, tight ends can catch the ball, tight ends score touchdowns. And I think if you look at him, that's what his game is. Like he's gonna move and he's gonna score. So that's just something like I look up to him because he's killing it on this level, on this platform, doing what people like don't necessarily see a tight end as, if that makes sense.
So I know you've been fortunate enough to really have a lot of people to rely on, like you mentioned earlier, Benjamin Brommer, as well as doing a speed and agility workout with Eli Raridan in May of 2024. What is your approach when you get the opportunity to talk to those high level athletes? And what are some words of advice you'd give to younger guys that if they get their opportunity, what they should do with that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like to think like I'm in that position because the people around me, like those guys, they know guys that I know. I'm training with those guys because their trainers are also my trainers. And I think that says something like I'm in the right spot and I'm doing the right thing to be where those guys are in 3 years. And I think just one thing that I'd say is don't shy away from like if you're in a position like that, like go compete with those guys. Like I don't think Eli knew this, but when I was doing the speed workout, like I'm comparing myself to him the whole time. I'm like, okay, how's he running this? Like how am I running this? Like okay, like I got to go run it like him. Like I'm trying to be like him. So it's just always that competition factor. Like don't shy away just because there's someone who's killing it on the stage, but you're here because that's where you're supposed to be, and I think that's something that's huge is just don't shy away from that competition. I think you should always give it 100% no matter who you're around.
Now, I think it's safe to say that you're someone that has had continual success. So, how do you find motivation if you've had that continuous success, maybe compared to someone else that's had to really scrap and earn to where they are?
That's something my dad tells me all the time. Like I've never hit a brick wall. Like I haven't hit that point yet, and it's coming for sure. And like I think someone who is in that situation right now, it's just I stay true to the process. I think that's something that everyone should do. Like if you really want it, stay true to the process and just continue to work. And if you continue to work, such good things are gonna happen, Like you said, like I've had a lot of success early, but I think my biggest struggles are yet to come, and I know that. And when my limits are tested to the fullest, like that's when I'm gonna find out who I really am. And I think I'm ready to find out like, how far can I push myself when the wall comes.
So, everyone has a unique approach to getting ready for a game or anything. Walk me through your pre-game routine to really get you locked in.
I don't do anything really too special. Like I actually this year probably I started this. I always came home probably half the day, took half the day off and came home and took a nap. I think that was really big for me. I don't know. I needed to recharge a little bit, and I always did that. I got my stuff together the night before, laid it all out, and then I'm 20 minutes early to the bus every time if we're away, or 20 minutes early to home, and I'm just sitting in the room or sitting on the bus listening to music and just really just kind of zoning into myself. But then also like I'll walk around the locker room and talk to the guys. Like I'm a pretty energetic dude, and I'm a pretty like I get after it, but like I'll talk to all of them before pregame because I just know like if I can ease their nerves a little bit, I think it eased my own nerves. So I think because everyone's nervous before a game. No more like you have pressure on you, like you gotta go play good, like go play good, but also like relax a little bit. So that's my approach to game days for sure.
What's your go-to pre-song or like pre-game song?
Man, like I got so many, but like ooh, I don't know. This year, like I was listening to a lot of like J. Cole. I was listening to a lot of Drake. Like for the longest time, Headlines by Drake was my biggest song. I don't know why. It's just so catchy. Like it was just a vibe to me. But yeah, I don't know. I listen to everything really.
What's a better feeling for you, physically dominating someone on offense or on defense?
Man, that's a good question. So I grew up my whole life I played defense, and like I moved to tight end my freshman year in high school. So, I think coming down the line and getting like a sack or like, blowing up a kid, like that's the best feeling ever. Like I'll have to say that. But then like I don't know, making a play on offense is always good because once you get that ball in your hand and you go make a play, like it definitely is like satisfying because it's almost like I've worked so hard for this and then I get mines. But I don't know. I'd probably say defense to be honest. Like just going to blow someone up is always it's the best feeling. And then your teammates come around you and it's like, yeah, like that's probably the best feeling.
Do you have a personal favorite play that you've had, offense or defense, like Pee Wee all the way through high school, anything like that?
Yeah, I have two for sure. I think this year was one of my favorite plays. Is game one against Indianola. Caught an out route that I totally got blown up on offense, like smoked. And I stayed up on my feet, broke like four tackles, went in the end zone, dove into the end zone for a touchdown. Like that probably was one of my favorite plays this year. And then I think I remember playing Pee Wee balls. They moved me to linebacker, and this kid come up the hole, and he like I don't know if he tried to hurdle me or something, but I remember sticking my helmet right in his chest, and his helmet came off, and like there was like he had like snot coming out of his nose. Like that was a cool play because I was so little and I just had blown someone up. I was like, that was electric.
Okay, so I want to play this kind of speed run game, like this or that. I'm just going to list two options, and you're just going to choose the one that kind of reflects what you think.
All right,
Okay.
bet.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, Madden or 2K?
Madden.
Purple or white jersey?
White.
Hot or cold game?
Hot.
MJ or LeBron?
MJ.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Water or Gatorade?
Gatorade, bro.
Two or 3 point stance?
Two.
Okay, that's all I
Yes,
had
sir.
for yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so this next one, I'm going to list five current NFL tight ends right now, and I want you to blind rank them.
All right, bet.
All right. First one, George Kittle.
That's my dog. Like that's probably I don't know. I'm gonna put him at 2. Yep.
All right. Brock Bowers.
I knew that one was coming. I gotta put him at number 1. He's a dog. Put him at number 1.
He literally is one, Georgia
Yeah.
alum.
Yeah.
But Travis Kelsey.
I'm a Chiefs fan, but like right now I gotta put him at 4, I think.
All right. Trey McBride.
This is solid. But like, okay, wait, I have 3 and 5 left, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go 5. Let's see what I get for 3.
Really? For Trey
Yeah,
McBride?
let's see what I get for 3. What's 3?
Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. I
Really?
think, dang, man. I think you move McBride above Kittle, maybe. And then Kittle 3. Man, I don't know. Maybe Brock's got to stay 1. He's just a dog. Like what he's doing right now is second year. He's a dog. Dang, man. That's a tough list, but whatever.
Is there like one NFL tight end that you watch and like just mirrors your play style or what you want to do?
I'm a. mm, there's 3 that come to mind actually. Like I think, and they're all on that list actually. So I think Travis Kelsey for his knowledge of the game. Like he's old. Like everyone knows he's old, but he gets open in the route game because of how smart he is. Like so, I think that's someone that I look up to because I want to be that smart and like I want to know the game of football like Travis knows the game. Brock Bowers because he's just appear like, he's fast. He's fast. He catches the ball. He's good. And then George Kittle because he's just relentless. Like his attitude towards the game is so good. So like I think those 3 are definitely the ones I mostly look up to.
If you could have one workout with one of those three guys, who would it be?
Probably George Kittle. I'd have to say that's the one because he was an Iowa dude. So that I'm gonna get it. I want that one, George Kittle. That'd be awesome because he's so energetic. He's got energy. So
Okay, so before we leave, are there any words of wisdom or inspiration you want to say for any viewers watching this?
man, I don't know. I think one thing that comes to mind is like if you want something, just work hard. Like don't if someone says you can't, that's the perfect reason why you should start. I think. And then I think one thing, and I know we have Spanish class together, Brayden. I think one thing that you know about me is like, don't care what anyone thinks about you. Like, if you want something that you want, like, you should go get it and work hard because you want it, not because someone else wants it for you. I think start something because you want it and just don't care what people think. There's going to be people who judge you and just work hard for the things that you want to work hard for.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your time and good
Yes,
luck
sir.
on your upcoming season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.